Small thing that makes you irrationally mad.
I'm not going to make a dick joke. Every second letter of the alphabet is A, C, E, G, I, K, M, O, Q, S, U, W, Y. I have little or no care to answer this question.
What's up, everybody? I'm Amy Ruffle, and welcome to Sauna Sessions, where I get some of my favorite people in the sauna, and as the temperature gets hotter, the questions get harder. It's the hottest talk show, literally. Today we're joined by a phenomenal stand-up comedian, writer, TV host, producer, podcaster. The list goes on. If I say all of the credits, we will be in here too long and it'll get too hot. Has been executive producing and hosting Gruen since 2008, which is unbelievable. It's Will Anderson!
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
I appreciate that. I wish I'd done less stuff so this would have gone shorter.
Yeah, that's just the intro. How are you feeling?
I'm fine. I realise in retrospect we had a little chit chat before we started, which probably was unnecessary.
I was watching
we could
it
have
happen.
We could have cut straight to the hot stuff and started talking. I didn't really need to tell you a long-winded anecdote once we were already inside the hot place.
I was watching, I was like, oh, it's 4 minutes that he's just put
just fill it in time. That was just me warming up, getting ready. I wanted to start hot.
What is your sauna experience?
Okay, so not much is
Okay.
the answer. I don't think I've ever been. This is the most modern sauna that I've ever been in.
Ooh,
I
nice
didn't even
plug
know you
for
could.
Found space.
Did not even know you could plug. I can't actually technically plug it. I work for the ABC, so
You're right.
you can say that.
Apologies.
I can say that there are a range of saunas available on the market, and you should do your own research, I guess. But this one seems pretty
Very
futuristic.
modern, yeah. Well, if you had to host a dinner party, what are you cooking?
Oh, so I would say that, so I'm vegetarian and I would like to make something that even meat eaters could enjoy. So it has to be fun, right? You can't make meat eaters feel like they're missing out on fun if you're having a dinner party, right? This is the way to make sure that they're enjoying some vegetarian stuff. So very simple. I'm having a dinner party. We make it easy. We do something Mexican, right? You can do lots of cool Mexican options. And even if you do need to have like one meat dish or whatever, you could have it. But the rest of it can still just be, so you make it yourself, big spread. Everyone can kind of put together their own tacos or burritos or whatever. That's a good dinner party thing where you can invite people and simple. I want everyone, I don't want to have to worry about, I've given you all the ingredients
Yes.
to make something good.
Yeah.
If from now on you don't enjoy it, that's on you, mate. That is on you.
What was your favourite class in school?
Ooh. One of the things I remember is in year 10 maths, I learned that every second letter of the alphabet is A, C, E, G, I, K, M, O, Q, S, U, W, Y, because that is every second. They used to say just do the left-hand side of the equations in maths, and so it was A, C, E, G, I, K, M, O, Q, S, U, W, Y.
It's so funny to come out of maths with letters, not
That's all I
knowledge.
remember. My favourite teacher was probably Mrs. Weir, who was a drama teacher. And I liked drama a lot because it had a lot of theatre, sports and the elements of performing, but it was also a lot of serious acting and plays and stuff that weren't really particularly fascinating to me at the time. They still hadn't quite worked out how to, at least at my school, make drama interesting to people who weren't already interested in drama.
Right, or didn't want to do the big monologue.
Yeah, totally. Or just often our school play carnival was literally where we do inter-school, they do sports carnivals against each other or whatever. We'd also have a house play day where we'd all do a half an hour, each of the houses, only 4 houses, they'd do it. I think it was half an hour or maybe 40-minute play. During that time, there was a teacher that was if you were making a movie about this, there was the dean who wanted to get in the way of my good times. And so you had to, you had to put in your scripts to the vice principal. She did not like it. She said, and I, one of those things you hold on for forever and you're like, is this the best bit of advice that I ever got? Because none of the inspirational things the teacher said to me have stuck with me, but this teacher said, you're not funny and you're never going to be funny. And I do feel like I spent a long time in the next 10 or 15 years mostly trying to prove her wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm not proud of this, and I haven't used their name in this for this reason, but many, many years ago, Rove had a show called Rove Live, which was a very popular show in Australia, there, a Tonight Show, and I went on that show, and I had a show called The Glass House, and he was talking, how'd you come up with the name of The Glass House? And I said, well, actually, I wanted to call the show Stick It Up Your Ass. and then inserted this woman's name. And I said it on Rove's show, so that every week when she saw the TV guide, she would have to see that she was wrong. But I used her real name and she got real mad. So I've out of respect, not used it now.
Name. Well, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh. I have little or no care to answer this question, but out of respect to you.
We can move on.
I mean, who cares? Why does anyone care? Do you care?
I think it's fun to see what people perceive as sandwiches.
Okay.
Because to me, it's like the bread has to be okay. With the hot dog bun, it's usually like connected at the back.
Oh, yeah.
So fundamentally, to me, that's not a sandwich. That's like a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it okay? I just feel like, have you heard of this stuff happening in the Middle East and stuff?
Huh?
Yeah.
But I want to work out this hot dog stuff. Best compliment you've ever received?
I don't really take. Somebody said to me literally on a podcast recently, called me out on this. They said, "You don't take compliments very well, do you?" He said, "I've literally just given you 5 in a row and you've just like not acknowledged that I've said them." Mm-hmm. It's not that I've got better over my life at not pushing back against a compliment, but I am no good still at really, at best I'll be like, "Thank you," or "That's very nice of you to think," or whatever. I remember all the insults much more than I remember the compliments. It was literally a review once I read of the Falls Festival that basically just said that the whole thing was ruined by me being there. And I don't think I was even on. I think this guy hated me so much. And I was like, it just made me laugh so much. I was like, fair. I've had those people too, who might be the nicest people in the world, but for whatever reason, you're just like, I don't, whatever it is.
And that'll stick way more than a compliment ever
and
will.
It's fine. But Adam Spencer and I used to do a radio show together on Triple J for 5 years. And 2024 was the 20-year anniversary of us finishing that show. And so for the first time in 20 years, we went out on tour and did some shows together and stuff like that. And as part of that process, in Australia, there's a long-running weekend thing called The Two of Us, where 2 people will both be interviewed about their relationship with the other person. So you're always interested in what is the other person going to say about you? How well do they know you? And I don't know the quote, but I could give you the concept. Which is, Adam said, the thing I knew about Will and know about Will is that, he's always been more interested in getting better at what he does than being well known for what he does. And I was like, I felt so seen. Yeah. It was nice to know that somebody who has known me for so long has seen that, because that's how I feel about what it is that I try to do. But sometimes how you feel about things is completely opposite or different to what the rest of the world feels about something. So when I read that in that context, I was like, I hope I said something as nice and as insightful about him.
I think he has nice hair.
Yeah, I said, he's good at maths.
But it's a compliment because it lines up with how you internally see yourself and hope you're going to be perceived.
You hope that the world sees you how you see yourself when you see yourself at your kindest, because you hope the world doesn't see yourself when you see yourself at your worst.
Mm-hmm. That's the end of segment 1.
Oh, no, it's fine. I didn't even ask how many segments there were. How many is there? Yeah, okay, whatever. I was hot at the start. I feel like I'm equally hot now. I felt like there was a moment early on where I was like, oh, this could get wobbly, but I feel like we've settled in now.
All right, we're in steady state. We're going.
I mean, that could be, you could be like, we've been going for 18 seconds. And I might be like, oh my God.
We're in trouble.
What is happening? I'm melting.
I am getting the aforementioned feet sweat though.
This was a concept that I was pitching to you, the crew before, is just one camera on the feed for the whole time. Mm-hmm. Special feed that you only give to certain fans, $1 a minute, I reckon. Mm-hmm. So by the end, it's just soaked. A pool of sweat. And it's communal sweat by the end too, right?
Ooh. Segment 2 is called Sweat It Out.
Sweat It Out.
The questions are a little more personal. You are a big Western Bulldogs fan.
Oh, this is personal.
Very personal. What do you remember from the 2016 grand final?
Can I tell you, just this morning, speaking of coincidences, literally 2 hours ago, I went to a coffee shop that is near my house, and Josh Dunkley, who used to play for the Western Bulldogs, in fact played in that premiership for the Western Bulldogs, was one of my absolute favourite players. I saw him this morning. He's now since won 2 premierships with Brisbane.
Oh.
Good for him. I didn't say hello.
You just pushed him over.
I was not pushing him into traffic. No, he's one of the great, absolute greats.
Yeah,
I don't
he's now
remember.
got 3 premierships. That's got to be
three.
a lot for a modern player.
I just think also he's part of that reason. He's so good that where he goes, success follows. Like yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
It's hard to see him walk away.
It's like, when someone leaves you and you're like, yeah, you are better off without us. You're right.
You made the right
You
call.
were, yeah, you're right. You did deserve more. So the reward to have barracked for a team that won a grand final in 2 years before television was invented. That was their only premiership, right? So if I'd wanted to watch the replay, I would have had to, I don't know, get a flip book or something that somebody, maybe a court reporter did some drawings or something that I could.
Stenographer's report of the game.
Yeah, right. Like one of those old school broadcasts where they do the cricket back with, oh, he's hit a nice one. Yeah,
Honestly, bring it back. That sounds
right.
great.
That's a recreation, right? They had never made a grand final in my entire life. The only other time they'd been in a grand final was 1961, so 13 years before I'd been born.
Wow.
And I'd seen them go close a few times, but I had kind of resigned myself to the fact that the story of me and my team would be that I would never see. To the point where I would debate with my friend Charlie, whose senior team play in a bunch of grand finals but lose, whether it was better to have seen your team play in the grand final and lose or to not have seen your team play in a grand final at all.
Yeah.
If you are talking fairy tale stories in the history of the AFL, the story of the Western Bulldogs, formerly Footscray, this battler club, who even in the season they won the grand final, finishing 6th or 7th or whatever, had to play every away game in the finals. It was such an unlikely way for them to win and have that victory. And probably if you played that game 10 times, probably Sydney win at 7 and maybe the Bulldogs win at 3. There just happened to be one of the 3, was on that day. No, the Bulldogs, it could be it. We may never get back. I hope we do, but it might be it. But if it is, then that's okay too. I got to see it,
Perhaps a more important question, of the current players, who has the best haircut?
Oh, I think an underrated haircut. And we talk about this a bit on the podcast. And look, people say, oh, well, whatever he did, you would love. But that is true. And I am going to go to his cafe. But Marcus Bontempelli, I love this sort of, he had a shorter haircut a couple of years ago. He went through the hard bit of growing it out through a football season, which we all know, absolute nightmare,
you got to do that in the off
Because that
season.
in-between period, but he did it. He went, I'm changing up my look, going to get ready for the wedding. I want this full beard, shoulder length for the wedding. And he committed to the bit. And like he does with any sort of pre-season, he was willing to put in the work,
And it's nice to see that rewarded by beautiful wedding pictures, I'm sure.
I looked stunning. Absolutely looked stunning.
You got a sneak peek at the wedding pics?
In the paper like everybody else. Unfortunately, getting access to a coterie group of the Bulldogs doesn't give you
an
access to... I think it should. In fact, that would be an extra bonus. And maybe some feet shots.
30th Comedy Festival show next year.
Yes.
What do you remember from the first ever Comedy Festival?
Well, not my first ever one, you mean?
Yes.
30 years of doing a show. I'd actually done the Comedy Festival the year before as part of a lineup show, just before they did it was a bit of a newcomers sort of thing. So that was technically my first gig. My first season, it was called Diet Life, Reality Without Calories. And no, it wasn't, that was it had a tagline.
Huge.
I know,
For
right?
your first year.
And it was actually I've still got the press release and it reads you could do that, you could write another show that was the things that are in the press release, these days. But I don't think that show was much like what the press release said it was. I think it was mostly just, whatever minutes of jokes that I had in my stand-up act at that stage put in a row.
Which is everybody's first
And then
show.
about 15 minutes of padding. And then I've had family members who have never come back, who supported me that first year. And 30 years later, I had some who came back for the first time 3 years ago. Waited 27 years. I was like, yeah, he's probably good now. They like the show.
You needed them at the start, whereas,
True, but I could have done with them for a few more years.
Yeah.
But I think we ran out of time.
But I don't want you to run out of time in here. So that's the end of segment 2.
Look, I'm getting pretty hot.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty hot at this point.
Sweaty?
Yeah, I'm sweaty.
You look fine.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, I can't see. I can feel myself dripping from my chin.
I mean, I'm definitely feeling hot. Yeah, no doubt about that.
All right, some rapid fire ones to end. Fully Cooked is the last segment. Will, do you tell someone if they have food in their teeth?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that because I'd prefer someone to tell me.
100%.
Yeah.
Sport you wish you could go pro at?
None.
Why?
Too old. I just like watching sport. I've already got a thing I'm trying to go pro at. It takes most of my time concentrating on that.
Just admin-wise, we can't do
full-time
another
professional
thing.
sporting career. And then I'm just a funny sports person.
No, thank you. Small thing that makes you irrationally mad.
I'm not going to make a dick joke. Steve Price. That's unfair to Steve. But, anyway.
Inanimate object you'd like to have a conversation with.
Oh, God. Inanimate object I'd like to have a conversation with.
And is it a hot dog to apologise for earlier?
I would have no opinion. I'd be like, whatever you want to identify as. In fact, I feel like you shouldn't be putting labels on whether, like, if a hot dog wants to be a sandwich or not,
Sure.
isn't it not the hot dog's right to...
Wow, that's a very
Who's in the hot seat now?
I know.
Amy, who's sweating now, right?
Cancel myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
Missing footage from this. That'll be on the Patreon.
First thing you think about in the morning?
Coffee.
Coffee. What's your coffee order?
Flat white, but I make it at home myself, first one.
Amazing. What won't meatloaf? Oh my gosh. What won't meatloaf do for love?
He won't...
What won't you do for that? We did explore this on the podcast once. We literally went through the whole song and tried to work out what it was he wouldn't.
Oh no, I'm too hot. This is it. I'm done.
Done?
Yep, I'm done.
Amazing.
How long were we in there for?
We were in there like half an hour.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that felt about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean,
a
the
long
heat.
time.
Well, the heat made me feel a little sick in there. Like I was